A few years back, Alex Bregman was looked at as one of, if not the best third baseman in the game of baseball. He was a vacuum over at third base, had a great arm, and man, could he hit. His 2017 season was really good, a year where he'd win a ring, finishing top 5 in the MVP voting the following year in 2018, became an all-star for the first time, and then 2019 featured God Mode Alex Bregman. In 2019, Alex Bregman became an all-star again, won a Silver Slugger Award, and although he didn't win the American League MVP award, he finished second after hitting .296 with an OPS over 1,000 on the year. He smoked 41 home runs, walked 119 times, which was the most in all of baseball. He played good defense. He was incredible, and someone that the Astros were very fortunate to have on their team. Unfortunately, a down spurt then started for Alex. Shortly after the 2019 World Series, the Houston Astros were exposed of cheating during the 2017 and 2018 seasons, and all hell broke loose. The Astros became public enemy number one, with Bregman being one of the two Astros to publicly apologize in front of the media alongside Jose Altuve. The 2020 shortened year was good for Bregman. Not quite as elite as the year before, but he had a solid year for the season MLB was able to have. As for 2021, it wasn't great, and neither was the start of 2022, which prompted me to make this video. Now, in this video about Alex Bregman, the point was basically about how he's been in a decline ever since he was exposed with the rest of his lineup for cheating. I talked about an article with data that showed Bregman had been getting under the ball this year, with sinkers eating him up and being the pitch that the league is going to continue to throw at him until he figures it out. There was also data that showed Bregman's immense struggles against lefties, hitting under 200 with an OPS in the mid-600s at the time of that video. Lastly, I mentioned the pressure Bregman must have been facing, wanting to prove himself to the fans that he can still be an MVP caliber player without any cheating allegations and questions surrounding it, with that pressure getting to him and affecting his game. Well, you know what? I was wrong. I think the impression a lot of people got when watching that video was me trying to make a point that Alex Bregman won't ever really get back to his full potential. Although that isn't the truth, as I did state in the video that I wouldn't be surprised if he got hot at any moment. With that being said, was my video probably a little too premature? Yes it was. I was wrong. I uploaded that video on June 15th, 2022. Leading up to that day, Bregman was hitting .218 with a .703 OPS and a 60-game sample size from April 7th to June 14th. There's no denying it, he wasn't having a great season. But think about this for a second. 2020 was a shortened year, and I don't really look at that as a solid sample size, so let's go to 2021. In 2021, Bregman was actually hurt for a great portion of the year, only being able to play 91 games. He did hit very poorly in 16 postseason games, but when you factor in the injury, Bregman likely wasn't 100%. The overall numbers for the regular season weren't actually that bad either, with a 113 OPS plus, which was 13 points above league average. He just wasn't the superstar we got used to in 2019. To see him continue to struggle in 2022 was alarming, but Astros fans should be really glad I made that video, even if it was a little premature. Since June 15th, the day I made that video on Alex Bregman declining, he has hit .312 with a .980 OPS in almost the identical amount of games he played struggling in to start the year. He has connected for 13 home runs, 19 doubles, has walked 30 times, and his on-base percentage is at an elite level over 400. Alex Bregman is back. Was he ever gone? Yes, I think so. I think he was gone for a little bit, hence the reason I made a video pointing out his decline, but I'm still going to admit that I was wrong. Alex Bregman isn't necessarily the best third baseman in baseball, because I don't know if there is a certified one right now, but Bregman is undoubtedly at the top of whatever list anyone should be making on the best third basemen in baseball. He's that good. He may be a cheater, but he isn't that anymore. He may have been in decline, but he's not that anymore either. He may have been a declining cheater, but right now, he's none of that. What Alex Bregman is simply a great third baseman and one of the best young stars in the game right now. And I'm going to say it one more time for the people in the back. I was wrong.